This week we looked at mutations, and mutations are changes that happen in the instructions for making a living thing. They happen randomly and you can't determine what change is going to happen. Now, they can go one of three ways. They can be a disadvantage, and for example, if you have an elephant, elephants have big ears, and part of the reason for that is because they put blood through the ears to cool themselves down when it gets really hot in India or Africa. If they didn't have such big ears, they wouldn't be able to cool themselves down. They would get too hot, they might die, they might not be able to produce as many offspring. So for an elephant, if a change in the instructions happened that made them have smaller ears, that would be a disadvantageous change. And I know that's a horrible word, but there it is. So that would be a bad change. On the other hand, you might have a thing like a mandrill. These are sort of monkeys, and one of the few threats for them is that they get eaten by leopards. And all the mandrills do when this happens is they climb up trees. So if there was a change in the instructions for a mandrill that made it better at climbing trees, and it could climb up faster, then that would be an advantage. They could climb the trees a wee bit faster, they could get away from the leopards, and not as many mandrills would be eaten. The third possibility is you can get a change that makes no difference at all. And you're all walking around with one on the side of your head. We have these things called earlobes, and they come in two types. They come in the unattached type, which kind of hangs down a wee bit, and they come in the attached type that goes straight into the side of your head. There is no advantage or disadvantage in either kind. They really don't make any difference to your life. It's just that's the two kinds we have. And this would be a neutral mutation. So you can have disadvantageous, advantageous, or neutral. Now, as I was saying earlier, you can't really control when mutations happen. There are some things that will speed them up. So if you've got radioactivity in the area, like gamma radiation or X-rays, if you've got certain kinds of chemicals like colchicine, and sometimes if you get high temperatures, these can increase the rate of mutations and mean they're more likely to happen. But you still can't decide what mutation is going to happen. That's just random. It changes the instructions inside the genes for an animal or plant, and it can be for the better, for the worse, or make no difference. Disadvantageous, advantageous, or neutral.